Happy Monday, Daily Dosers. Chris here. Hope you're doing well. Whether you're a Daily Doser as part of North Coast, North County, part of the United States, part of those watching nationally, internationally. We still have some Padres, former Padres, Cubs watching. I don't know where you are and where you're watching from, but here's what we're doing this week. We want to encourage you. We want to encourage you this week at talking about being called fishers of men. We're going to break that down this week, though, and let you know we're actually not fishers of men. That was a line spoken to professional fishermen. I think if Jesus was talking to us today, he would say it a little differently. Pastor Ray's going to cover that. What I want to do from the very beginning, though, is encourage you with something. Before we get into more learning, before we get into more education, before we get into this week, what does the Bible mean for you and I about how we're supposed to impact others? I just want to take Monday, before we did more learning, to simply ask, who? Who? Who is it right now that's in your life? Who is it that God has put on your heart? Who it is that's in your family, in your neighborhood, in your work environment, your employer, your employee? Who is it that you feel right now God has specifically brought them into your life and you feel like you're supposed to impact them for the kingdom? This is the person you're trying to share your heart with. This is the person you want to share Jesus with. There was once a favorite line, and I don't even know who said it, where it originated, but it said, I'm concerned about the salvation of anyone who is not concerned about the salvation of someone. I've always loved that line. Had trouble coming up with it, but I am concerned about the salvation of anyone who is not concerned about the salvation of someone. If you and I really understand the grace and mercy, what we've been saved from, not just heaven, but life with the Lord now, then who is it that we're concerned about that they don't have that? If we truly understand the gift that we've been given, who in our life right now are we concerned about because they don't have that gift? Before we get into a week of looking at being called fishers of men and what that looks like for us today, I want to challenge you, who? Who? In Mathew chapter 5, Jesus, in starting this great Sermon on the Mount, gets to these Beatitudes. Blessed are you when what? And let me just read you some first lines from Matthew 5. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. Blessed are the merciful. Blessed are the pure in heart. Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are those who persecute and are persecuted because of righteousness. Blessed are you when people insult you and persecute you. And he's got this beginning that none of us really like. It's not, blessed are the wildly successful. Blessed are those of you that have the most amazing day. Blessed are those of you who are just living an abundant life. He said, no, let me tell you, blessed are those of you that are mourn or in your weakness or are broken. Blessed are you that are being persecuted or being insulted. And at the end of those blessings, he says, now let me tell you the purpose in that. He says, for you are the salt of the earth. But if salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It's no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. Here's another way of looking at it. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the exact same way, let your light shine before people, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. As we get into a week of looking at what does it mean to be called to call others? What does it mean to be an impact, to be salt or light in the world around us? I just want to ask a question. Who? I don't want this to be another week, North Coast, where we learn Bible. I don't want this to be another week to go, I've heard that phrase now, and now I got a better understanding of it. I don't want this to be a week where you heard some of our amazing team go, hey, let me tell you what this passage of Scripture says. I don't want this to be another week where at the end we go, I think I'm more learned for that. Bad grammar, bad English, good daily dosing. I don't want us to be just more learned. I want us to walk through this week going, who? Who is she? Who is he? What family, what marriage, what couple, what person at my school, in my workplace, in my own family right now, am I called specifically to be salt, to be a preservative, to be flavor? I'm called to bring light into their dark world. I am called to fish. And this is the person I'm fishing for. This is who Jesus has strategically put in my life at such a time as this. So by the grace of God and his power, his work, his salvation in and through me, they may come to know him. Before you listen to the rest of this week, please prayerfully consider right now, today, and simply ask the question, God, who is it in my life that you are calling me to be concerned about their salvation and to have an impact in their life? Once you got the name, then please join us this week for learning more about fishers of men.